Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be doing a video on how to replace front forks on your mountain bike or any bike that should apply for. So the reason why is because today when I was out riding, they decided to freeze up on me, and I figured it out the hard way coming down from a jump, and I felt it right in my wrists, and that was not pleasant at all. So I figured I'll get this done before summer comes and I get some actual trail riding done. So enjoy. First step is to get the wheel off, which on mine I don't have the nuts on the end like a usual bike. I got this thing. Makes it easier, that way I can just tighten it up and then bend this over, that way the wheel didn't come off. So I got it loosened up right now, so the wheel should just come off when I lift. No, not quite. Nope. Loosen it off. Try that. There we go. Push the bike back, not caught in the spokes. Set that out of the way. Now we got the wheel off. You're gonna want to get the brakes out of the way. So I've already gone ahead and loosened these out most of the way. That way you guys wouldn't have to watch me do the whole thing. I'm sure that'd be pretty boring. And once you got the brakes out of the way, I'll just swing that one up, that way I don't have to take it off the cable. I got this loosened up, the stem loosened up. Should be able, I'm going to loosen these up too while I'm here, but I don't have to do it later. Almost got it. Almost. Come on now. And done. Now I'll break the handlebars free from the stem. Oh, don't want to lose the spacer. So I'll place that down there. And get screws and the caps and everything that came off. And where'd the last one go? Oh, it's still on the stem. Okay, right there. So now that I got that off, I can just lift the front of the bike up. Forks come out. Careful, you don't want to lose the bearings too. So I wonder if I'll be able to push it down and show you. That's all they have for movement right now. That's barely anything. It's like maybe a quarter inch or so. But that's it. It should have, let me think, at least 2 inches of travel. And we'll get the bottom bearing off it and then put these to the side. So up first, I'm going to try the Element racing shocks that I have. Now if these fit, that'd be awesome. Here, the bang fits nice. So try and set you guys up, that way I can put it on the bike. Here we go. What's happening? Oh no. That's a bummer. The stem's not long enough. You can see it. piece in there shaking around. That's the stem. That's a bummer. But I wonder if... No, that's just too low. Darn. We'll have to try these other ones then. I don't feel like putting a pair of solid front shocks on my bike. Yeah, let's measure them up to make sure they're the same size first. No, that stem piece is just a tad bit bigger, but when they're set on the ground side by side, the black shocks are taller. If you can see it there, just by at least a ½ inch. So I'll put these ones in now, but I think the problem is going to be, you can see the diameter of this tube is a lot smaller than this one. So that might be a problem too. If I get in here. Oh, where am I going to put the phone? There, I got these ones out of here. Bearings just barely fit right. Yeah. Really hope this works. But probably won't, knowing my luck so far. No, it's too big. It won't fit. Darn. I think I'm gonna have to stick with what I got so far. Wonder if I'd be able to get and oil it somehow. Somehow pull these off and get some oil grease down in there. If I can pry them up. Warning, read owner's manual before operation. Warranty void if removed. Do not remove this label. Yeah, whatever. Wonder if there's a grease fitting in here. I think I've seen one before. There we go. Get them suckers out of there. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not. I look down in here. Yeah, there's definitely grease fitting in there. That little shiny thing in the center, that's a grease fitting. The other side's got one too. You can see this one better. That's a grease fitting right there. I don't know if I don't think I have a grease gun down here that's long enough to reach down. So I wonder if I'm able to pull these up and then dump grease in, or oil or something. Maybe they're just froze up, because I know that happened to the shock on my sled. It froze up and wasn't working right, but then a week later is fine. Might be the problem. So yeah, we can go ahead and put this back together and then see if I can get more movement out of it from it warming up. So I got the bearing on. Oh, I don't. Here it is. Now I've got the bearing on. Set the forks back in. screw this piece back on. Damn diggity. That on. Then drop the stem back in. Make sure it's lined up. And there is a mark on the stem somewhere to tell you how high, because you're able to adjust these up and down for different arm lengths for different people. So I'm gonna find about where I think will be good. See about right there. Then line the handlebars up so they're parallel with the forks. Then I gotta crank down this main screw. Don't stay up, son of a gun. Gotta get this lined up a little better. Almost got it lined up where I want it. There we go. I'll just crank this down. Don't want to go too much, then the threads might strip. So I got that done. Make sure this hex piece is down tight, because that's what sets the whole forks shaft up there, how tight it is for the steering. And then we got that done. I'll go ahead and reinstall the brakes real quick. There's 3 holes back here that this little metal thing goes into. And that adjusts how much how stiff the brakes are to return back to the disengaged position. So if you have it on this top hole, then as soon as you let off, it's going to spring right back if it's working right. But I don't really have that problem with my brakes, so I'm going to put it in the bottom one. Make sure it's slid on all the way. Come up here. Screw. Do the same with the other one. Put it in the same hole. That way they both have the same spring back. Come on. Almost got it. It's being difficult. There we go. This other screw, don't forget the washer too. I almost dropped mine when I was taking it off. Alright, after we get these back on, I'm going to go ahead and slide the wheel back on, tighten it up, and then see if warming up the bike gave the shocks some life back, warming them up. because it's been about 30 degrees past few days, and that's what I've been riding in. So that might have froze them up, because I've never greased them before or really taken care of them with any lubricants. I've just let them be, because I never really thought that they knew anything. So I thought, because what they feel like, they're just big springs in there to help bounce it back, because they're not sealed off anywhere or have any friggin' oil in them. And bottom, about right where my finger is, there's a drain hole for water if they get left upside down. That way they don't rust. Same with the top here. Pop these off. Let the water drain out. Goes back in. One. And done. So now, put the wheel back on, tighten everything up. It's harder than you think it is doing it single-handedly. Now I'll go ahead and crank this back down. I once made the mistake of not putting it tight enough, and that really messed up my day trail riding once. The wheel, it was so loose that it went from sitting straight in there like that. So this side of the wheel was right up against the brake mount. Now we got the wheel back on, we'll flip the brakes back over and relatch them. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's see if... Oh yeah, they definitely got some travel back. They definitely sound like they have water in them too. That's no good. I don't know if you guys can see it well, but definitely has travel back, which is awesome. It's not like it should be, but it's better than being locked up. So yeah, that's what I got for you today. And it's kind of a bummer that the Element Racing shocks don't fit. These things are practically brand new, not seized up or anything. I had maybe half a summer on the bike or two, which is like half summer is like a month or two, but summer and a half or so. So yeah, like 4 or 5 months on it. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Something a little bit different since we got summer coming up and snow's going away, but hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.